Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, our friends at Humana are no strangers to helping veterans. Whether it's fighting food insecurity to help ensure veterans and their families have access to healthy food, or advocating for increased and expanded access to the highest quality of health care available. From coast to coast, over the years, they've shown time and again their commitment to veterans and families. So when you have a person who has paired an impressive 30-year career with, here we go, the United States Marine Corps and the Marine Corps Reserve, with over 20 years of hospital administration and in managed care experience, it should come as no surprise that both he and the organization he works for have become passionate and dedicated allies to the VFW and our mission. As Humana's Director of Veteran Channel, Ed Sandrick has been a driving force behind Humana's collaboration with the VFW, in addition to their partnering efforts with other national veteran service organizations. Responsible for leading a team focused on developing and implementing veteran outreach with programs both at the state and local level, every day, Ed works to find ways to improve every facet of veterans' lives. Now, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the stage Humana's Director of Veteran Channel and VFW Life member, retired Colonel Ed Sandrick.
Thank you. Commander-in-Chief Mihalchik, honored guests, VFW and VFW auxiliary members. I would like to congratulate the VFW and the auxiliary on the 123rd VFW National Convention. As a retired Marine, I'm also a Gold Legacy Life member and a member of the Judd Kendall Post 3873 in Naperville, Illinois. Our Humana team is truly honored to be with you again, this time in person. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the VFW Humana partnership. Every year, the VFW National Convention has been a high point for us since the first convention with you in Louisville in 2013. The National Convention is an opportunity for our Humana teams to meet VFW and auxiliary members from across the country and to demonstrate that Humana is not just an insurance company, but rather a healthcare company genuinely intent on improving the lives of the communities we serve, especially our veteran community. Humana has a long history of serving veterans and military families. Since 1996, Humana has administered the TRICARE programs for the Department of Defense, and currently our Humana government business teams take care of over 6 million TRICARE beneficiaries in the Southeast region. In 2011, when the unemployment rate for 18 to 24-year-old service men and women transitioning from active duty was twice the national average, Humana leadership committed to hiring 1,000 veterans. To date, we've hired over 5,000 veterans and over 1,000 military spouses. Also in 2011, to help those veterans looking to be business owners themselves, especially wounded warriors, the Humana Foundation contributed $1 million to the Entrepreneurship Bootcamp for Veterans with Disabilities, an outstanding program sponsored by Syracuse University and the Institutes for Veterans and Military Families. Each VFW convention has been a great experience for all of us at Humana over the years, but I distinctly remember the 2017 convention in New Orleans, when our two leadership teams began to discuss how we could leverage our respective strengths to do more together to help veterans and military families, especially at the grassroots level. Humana and VFW leaders met in Kansas City that November with the goal of bringing to life a joint strategy of service to the veteran community. At that meeting, we introduced our Humana Bold Goal, which focuses on the impact of the social determinants of health, such as food insecurity, loneliness and social isolation, financial stress, and health equity. To respond to the food insecurity problem among some of our veteran population, this joint team created the United to Combat Hunger initiative, which virtually all of you have participated in and contributed to over the last 4 years. Because of the combined efforts of the VFW and Humana teams, this year alone, our campaign has provided over 1 million meals, doubling our initial goal. Since we kicked off the United to Combat Hunger campaign in 2018, our teams working together have provided over 3.5 million meals to those in need in communities across the country. While the initiative was born in a meeting of national leadership, everyone in this room knows that the success of any strategy is only as good as the boots on the ground. For you, it's the outstanding community service provided at the department and local post level that matters most. And at Humana, while we are headquartered in Louisville, Kentucky, we know that healthcare is also local. So we depend heavily on our associates who are actually in the field, in the communities across the country. I was an infantry officer, so I have a natural bias as to what makes a mission successful. It's the troops. Our veteran community engagement team and the many local field teams across the country work with your departments and local posts, helping with food and clothing drives and health fairs in connection with VA stand-downs and many other veterans events and programs, including Vietnam War veteran commemoration ceremonies and the .1K walk events to help raise funds for the VFW National Home. Also at that November 2017 meeting, Ryan Gallucci, the VFW Director of the National Service, led a discussion about the critical role of the veteran service officers. The product of that discussion has been a collaborative initiative that leverages the subject matter expertise and broad geographic reach of the VFW NVS, our veteran community engagement team, and our own specially trained Humana Medicare advisors across the country. They put into place some outstanding trainings and robust programs to help inform VFW service officers on all things Medicare, as well as to help them recognize those veterans who may be experiencing food insecurity, social isolation, or loneliness. Similarly, the joint team developed trainings and resources for our Humana Medicare advisors so that we are providing the best guidance possible to veterans and their family members on how Medicare can work with the VA, CHAMP VA, and TRICARE for Life. So the unmet needs and NVS programs are also very important to us. I'm honored to be the leader of a unique veteran community engagement team. Humana has provided us the opportunity to recruit and hire a group of veterans that I need to acknowledge here today by name. David McNeil, retired Navy veteran, handling Nevada and Southern California. Ron Williams, Air Force veteran, handling Arizona. Andrea Ortiz, Navy veteran in Texas. Tim Delaney, retired Army veteran in Illinois. George Vukovich, retired Marine in Ohio. Megan Regan, Air Force veteran, handling Pennsylvania. Andy Zinkovich, Army veteran, handling North Carolina and Virginia. Alan Eden, Army veteran in Georgia and South Carolina. And Jeff Michael, also an Army veteran in Florida. These teams are led by my outstanding regional leaders, Scott Mathis, Army veteran and Ranger, Darren Davis, Army veteran, Aaron McCoy, Army veteran, and Dee Hughes, a spouse of an Army veteran and Gold Star mother of a Marine sergeant. I mentioned that November meeting in 2017 where Ryan talked about the NVS program. The Unmet Needs program, as I mentioned, is very important to Humana as it is to you. So at this time, I would like to ask my veteran leadership team to join me here on the stage. Earlier, I mentioned our Humana Bold Goal Initiative. Stephanie Muckey is our national leader for Humana Veteran Population Health and is directing our efforts to identify and provide relief for veterans experiencing loneliness, hunger, financial stress, or health inequity. Stephanie is the wife of a retired Marine Corps Master Sergeant and has dedicated many of her years of active service and beyond in helping veterans and their families. Stephanie is also a key leader on my national team, and she works closely with our veteran community engagement teams. On behalf of Humana, Stephanie and Barbara Wagner, also a key leader on our United to Combat Hunger initiative, will be presenting a check for $25,000 to Commander-in-Chief Michalczyk for unmet needs. And Aaron McCoy, Darren Davis, and Scott Mathis are also here to present another check in the amount of $25,000 to Commander-in-Chief Michalczyk for the VFW National Veteran Service Program to help training service officers. I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve with you to help our veterans and their families. God bless you all. God bless our veterans and active service men and women. And God bless our United States of America.
$50,000. I hope you all had an opportunity to put some potatoes in the bags out at the booth. Let's give Humana a big round of applause, please.